Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So we got some absolutely huge news going down in the NBA today. According to Shams and, what I'm reading right here, John Wall and the Rockets have mutually agreed to part ways. Houston is currently looking to package John Wall in a deal before the season starts. And I guess it turns out that if he's not dealt before the season, then he's just not going to play. He's just going to sit out the entire season for the Houston Rockets, man. So if you guys know, the other day I did a Houston Rockets rebuild here on this channel, and I really struggled with John Wall. I was like, what do I want to do with him? Because, you know, on paper, looking at him last season, guys, let's pull up John Wall real quickly here. Statistically speaking, he had an okay season, man. He had an okay season, 21 points, 9 assists in about 32 games, and field goal, shot 30% from 3, not the greatest, but, that's about what he does looking at years past and everything. Field goal percentage was above his career high and everything. So, those are decent numbers. The issue with John Wall, as we all know, man, is this current contract, as you guys see it right there with the Houston Rockets, next season being paid $44 million, and then 2023 being paid $47 million with a player option, guys. And there is no way John Wall is turning down $47 million, because as far as I'm concerned, he's never getting near that money ever again, just based off of his injury history and everything. So at this point, it's like, what do you do? What do you do if you are the Houston Rockets? I don't know if I can pull up the Houston Rockets current roster. I guess I can do that actually. Here, let me do this. Let me keep the stats here for John Wall pulled up. And then we're going to go to Fanspo over here real quick here, man. And we're going to take a look at the Houston Rockets roster and what exactly they can even do, man. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Like, what do you think the Houston Rockets do with John Wall? Is there even something to be done? Or are they just kind of screwed? So, yes, looking at the roster, you got John Wall, you got Eric Gordon. Really, both these guys should be gone. If you're especially trading away John Wall, at that point, you got to look for a new home for Eric Gordon. Also, you got Christian Wood, you got Jalen Green, Daniel Tice, DJ, David. You guys know the team at this point, right, man? Had really good draft class and everything like that. But you could look at it two ways. You could have gone into next NBA season with a lineup of John Wall, Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Christian Wood, and Daniel Tice, something along those lines. And that would have been fine. That would have been a decent team. I feel like John Wall kind of operating with Jalen Green could have been nice. Kevin Porter could have been like the second primary ball handler on that team. It could have been interesting. But also, I think we're fully aware that the Houston Rockets are in a rebuild, man. The Houston Rockets are in a rebuild when it's all, comes down to it. And it's going to be a pretty damn deep 2022 NBA draft. So why not only put up with John Wall putting up decent numbers and leading to probably some wins? I don't think he's a bad basketball player. I think he's good for some wins out there. When you could trade him away for something, test out the Jalen Green, Kevin Porter backcourt, which we will probably see. And just kind of, in the process, not only develop the young players, but also you're tanking. You're going to probably end up getting like Paolo Banchero or somebody like that. That seems like the better idea, right? At least if you ask me, man, that is the better idea. But still, looking at John Wall and this contract, how the hell do you get rid of him, man? How, like, in what world are you able to get rid of John Wall? Because there's plenty of teams that could use him, but also there is no way you're buying out $90 million. It's just not going to happen, man. This one's interesting. This one's so interesting. So looking at, let's go ahead and go to the NBA trade machine and see if we can figure something out. I don't know if we'll be able to, man. This one's going to be tough. Let me shrink myself down here a little bit. So, yes. So, we have the Houston Rockets. By the way, record last season, 17-55. So, despite the good season for John Wall, well, it did not really lead to W's, right? And we got the red ring of death right there. We go. Okay, so on my Houston Rockets rebuild, the trade that I personally did is I kept him for the first season because I just couldn't justify a team taking him for two, like match contracts and everything, which is really difficult. And then I ended up trading him back to the Washington Wizards because I liked the idea of the reunion. It's all I can make sense for, like Daniel Gafford and Kyle Kuzma. It's the only trade I can find, man. It was really what I could find. So this is going to be even more difficult. We don't got trade finders. So firstly, what can we actually make like a case for when it comes down to it, man? Let me shrink this down here so we can kind of see the other teams better, by the way. Okay, so Philadelphia 76ers. To be honest, I wouldn't. Ooh, man, you know what? Is there some sort of world where maybe a John Wall, Ben Simmons trade could happen? Now, not just that. Other pieces would need to be involved because Ben Simmons is 25 and John Wall's 31, injury prone and costing under $10 million. But damn, I'm thinking of a Houston Rockets team, man. Kevin Porter, Jalen Green, Ben Simmons at the 3, Christian Wood at the 4, maybe Daniel Theis at the 5, something like that, man. That's actually kind of intriguing. Or even if you don't trade away Eric Gordon, like Eric Gordon at the 3 or whatever, with Ben Simmons at the 4, Christian Wood at the 5, because you can still kind of run a lot of things with Kevin Porter, but you have Ben Simmons who knows how to play point guard, but you have him at the small forward position. I actually kind of like that. And then for the 76ers, you get more of a veteran point guard with John Wall. And like I said, I'm tossing in other pieces to do this. So let's try a trade of this. Ben Simmons over there. And then, is there any like bitch-ass contracts that... Not really. I was going to say that Philly could take, or that the Rockets could take on, but there really isn't. You could send Eric Gordon to this over there. And then maybe Danny Green and his money because, I'd rather have Eric Gordon right now than Danny Green, personally speaking. And then I'm thinking the Rockets probably give up also 2 future first-round picks. Something like that, man. Kind of is intriguing to me. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's try the trade. Failed. Danny Green cannot be traded. Okay, that's the only issue. Then that's not... Can only take back $53 million, cut 8.6 from the 76ers incoming trade. So we got to cut 76. Cut something. We're cutting something out, man. Okay. So 44. Bro's going to give me a damn headache, man. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work without also giving up Seth Curry, and I don't think anybody wants that to happen. So, okay. Maybe there's something else, maybe trade exceptions or whatever to make things better, but... We're going to chalk that one off as a no-go. But hey, that was the first thing we looked at, right? You got the Nets, not really making sense. Bucks, no. Knicks, no, because they just got Kemba Walker, so that's not happening. You got the Hawks, you got the Heat, Celtics, Wizards, Pacers. You could probably get something done with the Pacers, maybe. I don't know if they really want to go that direction. The Hornets, no. Bulls, no. Toronto Raptors, probably not happening. Cleveland Cavaliers, no. Magic, no. Pistons, no. Utah Jazz, Suns. Now, if Chris Paul wasn't on the Suns, I'd be like, okay, try something there. Maybe that could be interesting. But Nuggets, Clippers. Clippers, there's probably some sort of trade to be had right here, maybe. But once again, that $44 million, like that is the thing in this that you just can't look past. So maybe you do John Wall to the Clippers for Eric Bledsoe, Marcus Morris, and Luke Kennard. I guess. Is that something? Try trade? Hey, that one's successful, man. And so we look at this, and why would both teams do it? Well, John Wall playing with Paul George and Kawhi. That's a low-key almost big 3. Eric Bledsoe's off the books in 2 years, and he's also a lot less money than John Wall. Marcus Morris, nice veteran, and Luke Kennard, another guard, young guard to add to the team, I guess. Guys, I'm making the best of a poor situation, okay? I'm making the best of a poor situation. These are just kind of like off the top of the head type of trades, too. Mavericks, we all know that Luka Doncic could use more help. So, for this to happen, maybe some sort of... Yo, what about, like, John Wall and something for Kristaps? Try something new there. Might be able to argue that. Might be able to argue that a little bit. I think you could probably make a case. Made both injury-prone players, so, you got that going for you. Okay, Lakers, Warriors, Grizzlies, Spurs. No, Spurs don't make sense. Pelicans, I would actually love John Wall running up down the court with Zion, but they got Devontae, so that's not going to happen. Kings, T-Wolves, and then obviously you could do toss in 17 first-round picks, and I don't know, man, something else, and the OKC Thunder probably do it. But then again, that doesn't really put you in a good situation because John Wall is going to be on a bad team again, right? And I think John Wall probably wants to compete at this point in his NBA career. So I don't know, Jonathan. I do not know. This is a difficult one. My gut feeling is that there will not be a trade. I think John Wall probably just sits out the season because it's a worse situation than Blake Griffin, because like Blake Griffin, was only about $30 million. So Yeah, that's a lot of money to buy out. Maybe they come down to it, man, but we'll see. Yeah. That's all we got for this video, guys. This annoys me so much. It's like I want to figure this out. But yeah, that's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.